Good morning. My name is Rocket. I'm in Vermont and you're watching Rocket in Vermont. Today we are in Norwich, Vermont, the home of King Arthur Flower, the home of the Norwich Inn, the home of Montshire Museum, but we are here to meet Dan Fraser of Dan Whit. This place is like the beating heart of Norwich. It has been a community anchor for the last 65 plus years, and the building itself is very historic. But instead of letting me tell you the whole story, let's go hear what Dan has to say.
So here we are in the front part of the store, which is all the grocery, and over here we've reorganized. We have all the drinks together after 100 years, not in the produce case, they're not in the hardware room anymore, they're all together on one wall. So you come back through here. As a result of that change, we've had to shuffle a lot of things around. So we've got clothing and toys back in this corner. We've got nails, so we still have nails that you can buy by the pound. And this scale is probably about 150, 200 years old, so we still use this. So here's an old revolving screw rack, which we still use. There's one of these at Billings Farm Museum, which is behind a case which you can't touch. Right here, my grandfather rigged up this yoke for oxen, and so when people return their milk bottles, they ring the bell, and then someone comes and they write them a slip, and they take a slip up front and they get their money for their bottles. Here's some painting supplies in this room. Out here's our kitchen section, and as you see, the yellow line continues on out through here. A little bit of glassware through here. This is our hunting and fishing section. Lumber and concrete blocks. Just because there's too many different varieties, and they're too bulky, and I don't know why. Maybe we should. This is the grain room, hence all the grain. This is an old scale tube, same vintage as the other one. And you put these little weights on it, and so it can go up to like 200 pounds. People sometimes come in here and weigh their luggage before they go on a trip to make sure that they're going to get through. And then over this way, we have seeds for the garden and some flower seeds as well. This section changes sort of depending on the season. So right now it's pool stuff, but it can be sugaring supplies, it can be Christmas stuff, it can be gardening, it all depends upon what's going on. We heat with wood, so this is one of the places we'll go downstairs and see where the wood stove is. We do cut plexiglass and glass, and over here's the canning section, which was big during the pandemic. This is our pet section over here. And over here we've got some clothes and boots, we've got tarps. This is sort of our camping section down through here. And then we'll go downstairs, which is mostly storage. In a really cold winter, all this wood in that back corner will get used in this stove. And this wood pile is for this stove, and this heats the front part of the store. And this right here is part of the first, this is where the water comes in for our $225,000 sprinkler system that we're installing. And then in the summertime, we open that door, put in this half counter window, we have an ice cream stand. So we have a high school student or someone that runs up and down the stairs all afternoon and does soft serve out of this machine. We have vanilla and chocolate and maple, so that happens right here. And then this is the oldest part of the store. This is the wine cellar, and it stays this temperature in here year round. It could be 30 below or 110 outside. And this is the perfect temperature for wine. That's the downstairs. Now we'll go upstairs. So this used to be the town hall until 1938 when they built the building across the street. So this was the stage and the dressing rooms, and guests used to come over from the inn on the catwalk behind that banner and to come and see the shows. So we've since taken all the product that was up here and pretty much put it downstairs, and now we have some local people that come in and record musicians every once in a while. We're allowed to have 8 people up here now at a time. So 8 people? Yeah, the way the Vermont state laws are written for fire code is we have to drop a staircase from an exterior wall to the ground. It can't go across the roof or anything. So that's why we're working with the inn to try and reestablish that catwalk so that we can have a second exit and then people can be up here again.
So I think you should have consider alternate slogans.
Yeah, okay.
Dan and Wits, don't get lost.
Maybe.
I have a really honest question for you.
Yes.
Do you enjoy running this store?
It's fun, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of work, especially
That's what I did.
in this day and age with the supply chain issues, with the pandemic, and with the lack of help. It's a struggle every single day. A lot of people that have lived in town for generations. Their kids worked here, their grandkids worked here. Yeah. We have 3 sisters that worked here in high school that are now, have other jobs and careers and families that have now come back to assist us.
And you know everyone in Norwich.
Pretty much.
And everyone in Norwich certainly knows you. You are known as one of the most fabulous and distinct dressers in all of Vermont. Can you talk to us about your style?
Just sort of wanted things to be fun and exciting, and I used to teach 8th grade special ed, so we'd always go on a disco cruise and we'd have the teachers would dress up and do that, and that's sort of where I got the idea to continue.
So we'd start with a disco cruise?
Yeah.
And the disco just never ended?
Yeah.
Is it possible to hear your wardrobe? Can we?
Sure, yeah, I can show you some of what's here.
That would be awesome. are we looking at?
So when we did the Monday Minutes for our Facebook page, we did an episode every week for 52 weeks, and would always dress up and would have a song, a dance, and usually a pet that could be rescued from the Student Rescue Project. We interview someone in town, all different pieces and components. So that's why the jackets and stuff are here. And then this is some of the shoes and just the other stuff that we use, the props and stuff to make it kind of fun. I think the Upper Valley is pretty unique and pretty special, and Norwich is very special because we don't have any chain stores. And as we've seen through the pandemic, it's gotten harder and harder for people to hire individuals. And you know, whether it's Carpenter Maine, whether it's the Norwich Inn, whether it's the bookstore, people are struggling with help. Continuing on to let everyone realize how special it is, because once you lose one of those pieces, it's really difficult to get it back.
Very tough. Yeah.
So.
Well, Dan, I know that running a small business is not an easy thing to do, especially in Vermont.
Right.
I know that this store means a lot to the community of Norwich and also the people that pass through it.
Right. Yeah.
And so I just want to thank you on behalf of everyone for keeping the ship together.
Well, thank you.
Keeping the ship.
It's the team that does it, which is great. So yeah.
And thank you for giving this tour.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks for doing it.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining me today at Dan Whit's here in Norwich, Vermont. Before I sign off, I want to reflect on something that Dan said, which is he talked about how chain stores have consistency, but small businesses have character. And just as Dan Fraser is a fascinating, unique person who dresses so distinctly, Dan Whit's has character that is so unique and so distinct to itself. It really is the beating heart of this town. And if you're ever in the area, I highly recommend that you come and take a visit. My name is Rocket. You're watching Rocket in Vermont, and I will see you in the next town.